Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage nestled at the edge of a sun-dappled forest, lived a mother pig with her 3 adorable little piglets. As the seasons changed and the little pigs grew bigger and stronger, their mother knew the time had come for them to venture out into the world and build their own homes. She gathered them close, her voice warm but firm. "My dears," she said, "it is time for you to make your own way. Go out, explore, and build sturdy houses for yourselves. But always remember, whatever you do, do it with all your heart and all your strength. And beware of the big bad wolf who roams these woods." With a kiss and a wave, the 3 little pigs said goodbye to their mother and set off on their grand adventure. They trotted down the lane, their little tails wiggling with excitement. The first little pig was a fun-loving fellow. He loved to play and dance and sing, and the idea of spending a long time building a house sounded terribly boring. Soon he met a man carrying a bundle of straw. "Excuse me, sir," he squeaked politely. "Would you be so kind as to sell me some of your straw? I need to build a house." The man, happy to help, gave him a generous armful. The first little pig was thrilled. In no time at all, he had huffed and puffed and tied the straw together, creating a quick and easy house. It wasn't very strong, but it was a house nonetheless. He danced a little jig and sang, "I built my house of straw, I built my house of hay. I'll toot my flute and don't give a hoot, and play the rest of the day." The second little pig was a bit more practical than his brother, but still in a hurry to finish his work and start having fun. He walked a little further down the road and soon came across a man with a cart full of sticks. "Oh, wonderful sticks," he thought. "They're much stronger than straw." He approached the man and asked, "Please, sir, could I have some of those sticks to build my house?" The man agreed, and the second little pig got to work. He gathered the sticks, piling them up and weaving them together. It took a little longer than his brother's straw house, but soon he had a neat little house of sticks. Proud of his work, he declared, "My house is made of sticks. It's quite a clever trick. Now the wolf can't get me. I'll be safe as I can be." And with that, he went off to find his brother to play. Now, the third little pig was different. He was thoughtful, patient, and remembered his mother's words very clearly. "Whatever you do, do it with all your heart and all your strength." He knew that a house needed to be strong and safe, especially with a wolf around. He traveled much farther than his brothers, passing fields of flowers and babbling brooks, until he met a man with a wagon full of heavy red bricks. His eyes lit up. "This is perfect," he thought. "A brick house will be the strongest of all." He asked the man for a load of bricks and also got some mortar and a trowel. Building with bricks was hard, slow work. He had to lay each brick carefully, one by one, spreading the mortar evenly. His brothers came by and teased him. "Why are you working so hard?" They laughed. "Come and play with us." But the third little pig just shook his head. "I will play when my house is finished and I know I am safe," he replied. He worked all day, building strong walls, a sturdy roof, and a big, solid chimney. By evening, he had a magnificent little brick house. He was tired, but very, very proud. The very next day, a deep, growling voice was heard in the woods. It was the big, bad wolf. He was feeling particularly hungry, and the scent of little pigs led him straight to the house of straw. He knocked on the door. Little pig, let me come in, he growled. The first little pig's heart jumped in his chest. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, he squealed from inside. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, roared the wolf. And he huffed, and he puffed, and with one mighty breath, he blew the flimsy straw house all to pieces. The first little pig squealed in terror and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him, all the way to his brother's house of sticks. He burst through the door, shouting, the wolf is coming." Just then, a loud knock rattled the stick door. Little pigs, let me come in," boomed the wolf's voice. The two pigs huddled together, trembling. "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins," they cried out together. "Then I'll huff and I'll blow your house in," the wolf threatened, licking his lips. He took a deep breath, and he huffed, and the house of sticks began to creak and sway. He huffed and he puffed again, and the sticks came tumbling down. The two little pigs scrambled from the wreckage and ran for their lives, straight to their brother's house of bricks. They pounded on the strong wooden door. "Let us in, let us in. The big bad wolf is coming," they cried. The third little pig quickly opened the door, and his two terrified brothers tumbled inside just as the wolf arrived, out of breath but more determined than ever. He hammered on the brick house door. Little pigs, let me come in," he snarled. All three pigs, now feeling much safer behind the thick brick walls, shouted back, "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chins." The wolf grinned, thinking this would be as easy as the others. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," he bellowed. He huffed and he puffed. Nothing happened. The brick house stood perfectly still. He huffed again, harder this time, until his face turned purple. And he puffed with all his might, but not a single brick moved. The wolf was furious and exhausted. He sat down to think. He couldn't blow the house down, so he would have to be clever. He called out in a sweet, friendly voice, "Little pigs, I know where there is a lovely field of sweet turnips." The third little pig, being very wise, replied, "Where? Oh, in Mr. Smith's field. If you're ready tomorrow morning, I'll call for you at 6, and we can go together." The little pig agreed, but he was smarter than the wolf. He woke up at 5 o'clock, went to the field, gathered a basket full of turnips. At 6 o'clock, the wolf knocked. "Little pig, are you ready?" he called. The little pig laughed. "Ready? I've already been and come back again, and I have a delicious pot of turnips boiling for my breakfast." The wolf was enraged. He had been tricked. He tried again. "Little pig," he said, trying to sound cheerful, "I know where there's a wonderful apple tree. When I asked the pig down at Merry-go-down, I'll come for you at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning." The next day, the pig was up at 4, hoping to get back before the wolf came. But this time the wolf had also come early. Just as the little pig was up in the apple tree, picking the juiciest apples, he saw the wolf coming. His heart beat fast. "Ah, you're here before me. Are they nice apples?" the wolf asked, circling the tree. "Yes, very," said the little pig. "Here, I'll throw one down for you." He threw an apple as far as he could. While the wolf was busy chasing it, the little pig jumped down from the tree and ran safely back into his brick house. The wolf was now beside himself with anger. He had been outsmarted twice. He decided on one last desperate plan. He shouted, "Little pig, I'm coming to get you. I'm going to climb onto your roof, slide down the chimney, and eat you all up for my dinner." The three little pigs heard the scrambling of claws on the roof. Up on the roof, the wolf positioned himself above the chimney. He yelped in shock and pain, leaped straight back up the chimney, and ran away into the forest, never to be seen again. The three little pigs cheered. They were safe at last. From that day on, the first two little pigs learned a very important lesson. They rebuilt their own houses, but this time they built them with strong, sturdy bricks, just like their wise brother. They never forgot that hard work and careful planning are always worth it in the end. And the three of them lived happily and safely ever after. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.